Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi Yahya.
عليك السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Alhamdulillah, we're starting chapter 3 of Duroos al-Lughat al Arabiyyah, part 1. We've completed the first 2 chapters. Moving on to chapter 3. Let's first go through the overall lessons that are discussed in chapter 3. Then we'll go through the vocab, and then we'll come through to the start of the chapter. In terms of the overall lessons, in chapter 3, the main lesson is regarding al. Al in Arabic language generally comes to make something specific. So a common noun, it makes it into a specific noun. For example, masjidun is a masjid or a masjid. And if you add an al to it, al-masjidu means the masjid. So masjidun is a masjid, al-masjidu means the masjid. So that's the main use of al, the particle al. So it makes common nouns into specific nouns. So we'll translate it as the. By the way, al does have many other meanings, but the main meaning is to make nouns into a specific noun, and that's what we will focus on here. In regards to the pronunciation of al, it's pronounced as al, exactly as I've just pronounced it right now. So al-masjidu. Now in regards to the hamza from al, the hamza at the beginning, it's only pronounced if you start with al-masjidu. So if I start with al-masjidu, then the hamza is pronounced. But if I don't start with it, rather it's wal-masjidu. So wal masjidu. Am I starting my sentence or am I speaking with the a, or is there something before the a, Yahya?
There's something before.
What's before the a?
Oh, wow.
The waw. So because I said wal masjidu, so there's something before the alif. By the way, this alif is really an hamza. That's why sometimes in grammar books you might see it written as alif, you might see it written as hamza. Down here we wrote it as hamza. Normally the rule is, this is a bit advanced, so ignore it if it goes over your head right now. But normally the rule is alif never accepts a haraka. So alif will never have a haraka, fatha, dhamma, kasra. If it does accept a haraka, and remember al-masjidu did accept a haraka, because when we started with it, we started with the fatha. So if it accepts a haraka, that's actually an hamza. That's actually an hamza, referred to as hamza. Anyway, you can ignore that grammatical rule. It's not that major rule anyway. Whether it's called alif or hamza, you can say alif or you can say hamza, no problem. Moving on. So let's get back to our topic. So al-masjidu, if you start with the hamza or the alif, you write the haraka and you pronounce the haraka. But if you're not starting with the alif or hamza, rather there's something before it, like the waw here, wal masjidu, then you don't even pronounce, you write it, it's there in writing, but in pronunciation, you don't even pronounce this alif or hamza. Hence, there won't be any haraka upon it. Actually, if you want to be really specific what you do, you put this small sad on top of it. You might see in some places, but most people don't. Most people ignore it. They don't put anything on top. But if you notice, if you zoom in to that writing there, you'll see a small sad there. In fact, he's here. The sign is here. But it's very small. Most people don't even write that. But if you want to be very professional, then yes, write it. So to indicate that the hamza is not pronounced, so to indicate that this hamza in wal masjidu, if there was a waw here, that wal masjidu that is not pronounced, you put a small sad, kind of like half sad, or that kind of sign is placed on top of it. Is that clear, Yahya?
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay, one final rule before we move on. Masjidun had a tanween on the last letter. But al-masjidu, the tanween goes. When it's got al, the tanween goes, it becomes a single dhamma. Then that's the note. So alhamdulillah, we finished the main lesson. Now let's go on to sub-lesson. Now before we go on to the sub-lesson, I want to mention two examples to you. Example number one, al-qamaru or al-masjidu. So al-qamaru. Example number two, ash-shamsu. Qamar means moon, so the moon. Shams means sun, so the sun. Now ash-shamsu, we write that as ash-shamsu and we pronounce it as ash-shamsu. Now notice, again, pay attention to this. Al-qamaru. And the other one, ash-shamsu. Notice in the al-qamaru one, I actually pronounced the lam and hence I wrote the sakin on top, the circle on top. Whereas with ash-shamsu, pay more attention, ash-shamsu. Notice I never even pronounced this lam. Ash-shamsu. Like I skipped from alif to the sheen. Ash-shamsu. And yes, the sheen repeated. Hence I put the tashdid there. Ash-shamsu. Did you notice that here?
Ji. Yeah.
Okay. Don't worry if you can't do this at this stage right now, but can you think of one example that is a bit like al-qamaru, where you actually read the lam?
Where you read the lam.
Where you read the lam. So like al-qamaru.
Alhamdu.
Alhamdu. Very good. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Alhamdu. Alhamdu. So yeah, that's in this list. Can you give me an example of a word which when you start it, you don't actually read the lam?
As-Samad.
As-Samad. Qul huwallahu ahad, Allahu samad. So As-Samad. As-Samad. So As-Samad. Okay, so like that, if you go through all the 28 letters of the alphabet, so examples where the word is starting. So this word was the word sheen. So after the alif lam, it was the letter sheen. In this one, as-samad, after the alif lam, it was the letter
Sad.
sad. Whereas if you come on this side, after the alif lam, it was the letter qaf. In this one, alhamdu, after the alif lam, it was the letter ha. So now, what does the word start with after the alif lam? So if we focus on that, so there's 28 letters in the Arabic alphabet. 14 of them will follow this pattern. Like ash-shamsu, it'll be like a tanween. And 14 of them will follow this pattern, al-qamaru. The 14 that follow the pattern where we say the al, we call them huruf-e-qamariyya. Huruf-e-qamariyya, the lunar letters. And the 14 where we actually pronounce the tashdid, we don't pronounce the al, rather we pronounce the tashdid, we call it huruf-e-shamsiyya. Huruf-e-shamsiyya, the solar letters. Why? Because it's following the example of shams. And why are the previous ones called huruf-al-qamariyya? Because they're following the example of the qamar, al-qamar. Is that clear?
Ji, that's clear.
Now, what are the 14 letters that are huruf-al-shamsiyya? They're in the box here. What are the 14 letters that are huruf-al-qamriyya? They're in the second box here. So let's just take one further example. If you take the second letter here, ba. So think of an Arabic word. So ba is huruf-al-qamriyya. So that will be on this side. Think of an Arabic word which starts with ba. Example?
No.
Al-babu. Al-babu. Easy word. Al-babu. Babu means door. Al-babu. So we'll say al-babu. Why al-babu? Because ba is from huruful qamriyya. So you'll put it on the qamriyya side, you read the alif lam clearly. Is that clear?
Ji, it's clear.
Okay, whereas give an example of a word, basic word, which is huruful shamsiyya. I'll give an example. The letter sin here. The letter sin. Sugar in Arabic language is sukkar. Sukkar. Now, if I put alif lam on it, if I just rewrite that. So if I put alif lam on it, as-sukkaru. So as-sukkaru. As-sukkaru. So notice as-sukkaru. going straight from the Hamza to the Sin, as-sukkaru. Because that's huruf al-shamsiyah, that's in the huruf al-shamsiyah list. Now the question is, will I need to sit down and start learning the 14 huruf al-shamsiyah and start learning the 14 huruf al-qamariyah? Well, that's your choice, but I haven't learned them as well. And I don't intend to learn them. Because when anyone asks me, I'll just think of some Quran ayah or some Arabic word. Is it al-babu or ab-babu? Well, I know that it's 100% al-babu. I've come across that word so many times. Ab-babu just doesn't sound right. Obviously, that you'll only know after experiencing Arabic more and more. So over time, when you experience Arabic more and more, you'll never need to worry about what are the huruf al-shamsiyah letters, what are the huruf al-qamariyah letters. If you ever get stuck, go back to chapter 3 of Duroos and check the list. But the most likely, you'll never ever have to check in your life, because after you read so much Arabic, you'll just know how to read each word when there's alif lam, whether you read it in the qamariyah way or the shamsiyah way. You'll just have so much practice, you'll never ever have to think, it'll become second nature. So at this stage, Yahya, you might be worried, oh no, I need to make sure I learn. Well, I wouldn't advise you to learn it. I would just advise you that you know it, that there's something like this. And how will you learn it? Well, you learn it by just reading and experiencing more and more Arabic through different Arabic books that you study, especially Arabic texts, Qisasun Nabiyyin, just any Arabic text, Quran, Hadith, reading it more and more, it'll become second nature. In my experience so far of teaching numerous students, I've not seen a single student, once they advance into the high years, struggle on huruf al-qamariyah and shamsiyah, even though I think if you ask any of those students, I don't think a single one will be able to tell you the 14 huruf al-qamariyah or the 14 huruf al-shamsiyah by memory. Nobody learns it. So I wouldn't encourage or advise you to learn it as well. Is that clear, Yahya?
Yeah, that's clear.
I hope you weren't worried that you have to sit down and start learning the 14 each.
Yeah, I was for a second.
Huruf al-shamsiyah are those letters that when al precedes them, the lam is not pronounced. Instead, the solar letter is pronounced with a tashdid, ash-shamsu. And huruf al-qamariyah are those letters, when al precedes them, the lam is pronounced with a sakin, al-qamaru. I just explained over. Done. Now let's go on to the vocab list. We'll spend the next 3-4 minutes on the vocab list. It's quite a long list, but don't worry. Break it down into 2 days, 3 days. You've got a week for the lesson. So basically, you can spread it over days. But a lot of these words, even if you remember it, then you forget them. So word list, this will happen a lot, especially at the beginning. That you learn it. Next day when you wake up, you've forgotten all of them. No problem. You just need to learn it again, read it 10 more times for that day, and go to sleep again. No problem. You don't need to worry. Eventually, these words, you'll start picking them up, because you realize a lot of these words are just repeated over and over again in different books. So as you experience more Arabic, these words will become very simple for you. Faqirun. So let's go through the list. We'll go down each list. Faqirun, bankrupt. Qasirun, short. Harun, hot. Waqifun, standing. Qadimun, old. Ba'idun, far. Wasikhun, dirty. You can write to be dirty as well, but you can just say dirty. Kabirun, big. Thaqilun, heavy. Ma'un, water. Jamilun, beautiful. Hulwun, sweet. Qamarun, moon. Maksurun, broken. Jannatun, garden. Khubzun, bread. Aynun, eye. Ghada'un, breakfast. Famun, mouth. Zahratun, flower. Samakun, fish. Dhahrun, back. Yahya, if you can repeat that line.
Yeah. فقير, bankrupt. قصير, short. حار, hot. واقف, standing. قديم, old. بعيد, far. وسخ, dirty. كبير, big. ثقيل, heavy. ماء, water. جميل, beautiful. حلو, sweet. قمر, moon. مكسور, broken. جنة, garden. خبز, bread. عين, eye. غداء, breakfast. فم, mouth. زهرة, flower. سمك, fish. ظهر, back.
Second line. غني, rich. طويل, long. بارد, cold. جالس, sitting. جديد, new. قريب, near. نظيف, clean. صغير, small. خفيف, light. ورق, paper. تفاح, apple. دكان, shop. مريض, sick person. مفتوح, open. So it's an open door. هواء, air. So هواء, air. Like fresh air. يد, hand. تاجر, businessman. ثوب, cloth. ذهب, gold. صدر, chest. ضيف, guest. لحم, meat. Yep, Yahya.
غني rich طويل long بارد cold جالس sitting جديد new قريب near نظيف clean صغير small خفيف light ورق paper تفاح apple دكان shop مريض sick مفتوح open هواء air يد hand تاجر businessman ثوب cloth ذهب gold صدر chest ضيف guest لحم meat.
Very good, mashallah. Just before we move on to the actual lesson, if you can just recap the main lesson and the sub lesson before we go on to the actual text.
G. So we learned straight away that alif lam most of the time means the, or in other words, it makes common nouns something specific. But we also learned that sometimes it has other meanings. But right now we're mostly focusing on it meaning the. So the big example was masjidun, which means a masjid. When you add a alif lam to the beginning, it means al-masjidun, the masjid. Then we did a side discussion on the idea of hamza and alif, but you said that if it's confusing, then we don't need to focus it too much on right now. But then the second part we learned was about the pronunciation when you add a alif lam to the beginning of a word. So we learned that there's two types of pronunciation when you add a alif lam at the beginning. Either you pronounce the alif lam, so you say al-masjidu or al-qamaru, or you don't, and you pronounce it, for example, like ash-shamsu. So you skip out the lam. You skip out the lam and you go to the first letter. So al-qamaru, you pronounce the lam, and words like ash-shamsu, you don't pronounce the lam. The way to know it was there's a list. So huruf al-shamsiyya and huruf al-qamariyya. If words it begins with the huruf al-shamsiyya, you skip the lam. If they begin with huruf al-qamariyya, you pronounce the lam. But you also recommended that we don't need to actually memorize them. Most of the time, it just comes the more you read Arabic, the more you realize how to pronounce it, or linking back to the Quran and just getting yourself familiar with how to pronounce words.
Very good, mashallah. Now, if we go into the actual lesson, الدرس الثالث. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بيت, a house. بيت, a house. So a house. Al-baytu, the house. So notice in this example, by the addition of the alif lam, the tanween has been removed from the last letter of baytun. Notice it's al-baytu. Did you notice that, Yahya?
Yeah.
And another thing you need to notice here is, look, it's al-baytu, where I'm pronouncing the lam. Al-baytu. That means the ba. So al-baytu, that ba which is after the al. That's from the huruful.
The huruf al-qamariyya.
Huruf al-qamariyya, like al-qamaru. Al-qamaru. Okay, moving on. Next example. Qalamun, a pen. Al-qalamu, the pen. Kitabun, a book. Al-kitabu, the book. Jamalun, camel. Al-jamalu, the camel. So I think it's very straightforward what the author was trying to do in those four examples. Is that clear?
Yeah, that's clear.
First example of that pen, image below. Al-qalamu maksurun. Al-qalamu maksurun. The pen is broken. So that's our actual complete sentence now. So now the author's gone on to giving a proper sentence, which is Al-qalamu maksurun. So it's some information about the pen. The pen is broken. So there's some news about the pen. For Arabic students, that is basically a mubtada and a khabar. Al-qalamu is the mubtada, maksurun is the khabar. In any case, that's not the focus here. The focus here is the usage of al. So al-qalamu maksurun. The pen is broken. And the reason why that's important is because, as I mentioned, the al-qalamu is mubtada. So qalamun is just a common noun. But as soon as it's al-qalamu, it becomes a specific noun. And again, for students of Arabic, you've learned that a mubtada is generally specific. Anyway, that again, I want to stress, wasn't the focus of this chapter. Mubtada khabar, that's not the focus here. But for those that have studied mubtada khabar, they probably understood that and appreciated that. Moving on. Al-babu maftuhun. By the way, if you never understood that mubtada khabar discussion, it's okay. It'll come in a relevant place. Anyway, moving on. Al-babu maftuhun. The door is open. The door is open. So again, al-babu. It's a specific noun. Al-babu, the tanween has gone. Next example. Al-waladu jalisun. The child is sitting. Wal-mudarrisu waqifun. Wal-mudarrisu waqifun. And the teacher is standing. And the teacher is standing. So the child is sitting and the teacher is standing. Now I want to emphasize one point here, which is al-waladu. At the beginning of this, we actually read the fatha on the hamza or the alif. Whereas wal-mudarrisu, we never pronounced the hamza or the fatha on that alif because there was something before it, the waw before it. So we just continued from the waw to the lam, wal-mudarrisu. We never actually pronounced the hamza. Is that clear, Yahya?
Yeah, that's clear.
By the way, notice, even though we never pronounced it, we never put that sign on top because mostly people don't put that sign on top. Okay, moving on. Number one. Al-kitabu jadidun. Al-kitabu jadidun. The book is new. Wal-qalamu qadimun. The harakah have slightly moved out of place here. So it's just typos, but overall this is the correct way. Al-kitabu jadidun. Wal-qalamu qadimun. The book is new and the pen is old. The book is new and the pen is old. Number two. Al-himaru saghirun. The donkey is small. Wal-hisanu kabirun. Wal-hisanu kabirun. And the horse is big. And the horse is big. Number three. Al-kursiyu maksurun. Al-kursiyu maksurun. The chair is broken. Number four. Al-mindilu wasikhun. Al-mindilu wasikhun. The handkerchief is dirty. The handkerchief is dirty. Number five. Al-ma'u baridun. Al-ma'u baridun. The water is cold. Number six. Al-qamaru jamilun. Al-qamaru jamilun. The moon is beautiful. The moon is beautiful. Number seven. Al-baytu qaribun. Al-baytu qaribun. Wal-masjidu ba'idun. The house is close and the masjid is far. Number eight. Al-hajaru thaqilun. Wal-waraqu khafifun. Al-hajaru thaqilun. Wal-waraqu khafifun. The stone is heavy and the leaf is light. The stone is heavy and the leaf is light. Number nine. Al-labanu harun. Al-labanu harun. The milk is hot. The milk is hot. Number 10. Al-qamisu nadhifun. Al-qamisu nadhifun. The shirt is clean. The shirt is clean. Is that clear, Yahya?
Yeah, yep. Yeah.
Yahya, if you could read through that page.
Yeah. Baytun. Al-baytu. A house, the house. Kitabun. Al-kitabu. A book, the book. Qalam. Qalamun. A pen. Al-qalamu. The pen. Jamalun. A camel. Al-jamalu. The camel. Al-qalamu maksurun. The pen is broken. Al-babu maftuhun. The door is open. Al-waladu jalisun. The boy is sitting. Wal-mudarrisu waqifun. And the teacher is standing. Al-kitabu jadidun. The book is new. Wal-qalamu qadimun. And the pen is old. Al-himaru saghirun. The donkey is small. Wal-hisanu kabirun. And the horse is big. Al-kursiyu maksurun. The chair is broken. المنديل وسخ. The handkerchief is dirty. الماء بارد. The water is cold. القمر جميل. The moon is beautiful. البيت قريب. The house is close. والمسجد بعيد. And the masjid is far. الحجر ثقيل. The stone is heavy. والورق خفيف. And the paper is light. اللبن حار. The milk is hot. القميص نظيف. The cloth is clean.
Very good, mashallah. Okay, now we're going into the exercises. So I think the overall of the lesson is very straightforward, very clear. The purpose seems very simple as well. So now let's go through the exercises. اقرأ واكتب. Read and write. اقرأ واكتب. Read and write. مع ضبط أواخر الكلمات. مع ضبط أواخر الكلمات. Along with putting the haraka on the last letter. Dhabt means putting the haraka, placing the haraka. So along with, ma'a means with. So along with. Along with putting the haraka on the last letter. And the reason it's telling you to put the haraka on the last letter, it wants to see the tanween or the lack of tanween. So it wants to see that you've realized that you're not supposed to put tanween when there's alif lam. So the first one, masjidun. So with that tanween. So masjidun. You don't need to put all the harakat. It's mainly the last one it wants you to put. Now it does say read and write, so you can write it, but there's no space to write it. So you can write it on a rough piece of paper, or you don't need to write it. Writing will just help you writing practice. If you want to write it, then you can write it on a separate piece of paper, but you don't need to. And al-masjidu, so single dhamma, the mosque. Al-ma'u, the water, single dhamma. Ma'un, water. You don't need to translate it as a water, you just say water. Al-baytu, without tanween, the house. Babun, a door. Qalamun, a pen. Al-qalamu, the pen. Al-kalbu, the dog. Kalbun, a dog. Qamisun, a shirt. Waladun, a child. Al-hajaru, the stone. So al-hajaru without the tanween. Al-waladu, the child. Himarun, a donkey. Al-himaru, the donkey. Al-hisanu, the horse. Hisanun, a horse. Is that clear here?
Yeah, that's clear.
Anything unclear there?
Nope, nothing unclear.
Okay, next exercise. Iqra waktub, read and write. Number one. Al-maktabu maksurun. Al-maktabu maksurun. The desk is broken. Number two. Al-mudarrisu jadidun. All of these words are, by the way, in the word list of this chapter or previous chapters. Al-mudarrisu jadidun. The teacher is new. Number three. Al-qamisu wasikhun. Al-qamisu wasikhun. The shirt is dirty. Number four. Al-labanu baridun. Al-labanu baridun. The milk is cold. The milk is cold. Al-masjidu maftuhun. The masjid is open. The masjid is open. Number six. Al-hajaru kabirun. Al-hajaru kabirun. The stone is big. The stone is big. Number seven. Al-labanu baridun. Wal-ma'u harrun. Al-labanu baridun. Wal-ma'u harrun. The milk is cold and the water is hot. The milk is cold and the water is hot. Number eight. Al-muhandisu jalisun. Wal-mudarrisu waqifun. Al-muhandisu jalisun. Wal-mudarrisu waqifun. The engineer is sat and the teacher is standing. The engineer is sat and the teacher is standing. Number seven. Al-qamaru ba'idun. Al-qamaru ba'idun. The moon is far. The moon is far. Number 10. Al-mindilu nadhifun. Al-mindilu nadhifun. The handkerchief is clean. The handkerchief is clean. Yep, Yahya, any questions? If not, if you can repeat those.
جي. Including the
No,
masjid.
number two.
المكتب مكسور. The desk is broken. المدرس جديد. The teacher is new. القميص وسخ. The shirt is dirty. اللبن بارد. The milk is cold. المسجد مفتوح. The masjid is open. الحجر كبير. The stone is big. اللبن بارد والماء حار. The milk is cold and the water is hot. المهندس جالس والمدرس واقف. The engineer is sitting and the teacher is standing. The teacher is standing. القمر بعيد. The moon is far. المنديل نظيف. The handkerchief is clean.
Very good, mashallah. Moving on. The third exercise. إملاء الفراغ. إملاء الفراغ. إملا means fill in. فراغ means gaps. So إملاء الفراغ. Fill in the gaps. Even in the next exercise, number 4, it says the same. إملاء الفراغ. Fill in the gaps. I'm not writing the harakat intentionally because you get used to reading a bit of Arabic without the harakat like that. It forces you to start getting used to reading some Arabic without harakat. So إملاء الفراغ. Fill in the gaps. فيما يلي. فيما يلي. In the following. So fill in the gaps in the following. Following 6 examples. Fill in the gaps. But where shall we get the words from? They're saying بوضع الكلمة المناسبة. بوضع الكلمة المناسبة. You don't need to worry about being able to read the question properly. I'm translating and reading it for you anyway. بوضع الكلمة المناسبة. By placing an appropriate word. By placing an appropriate word. من الكلمات التالية. From the following words. So from the following words, place an appropriate word inside here. So place an appropriate word where it fits. So before we go into the question, let's first translate the 6 words so we know what these 6 words mean. Jamilun means beautiful. Wasikhun means dirty. Maftuhun means open. Harun means hot. Thaqilun means heavy. Khafifun means light. So now let's go through number 1. Al-hajaru thaqilun. The stone is heavy. The stone is heavy. Now, Yahya, I'm giving you, or we'll give all the students 1 or 2 minutes, few minutes. They pause here, do all the questions, try to work it out themselves, and then they can see what answers Yahya gives. But just before they start that, I'll just translate these words. Number 2, al-babu means the door. Number 3, al-qamaru means the moon. Number 4, al-waraqu means the leaf or the paper, Number 5, al-mindilu means the handkerchief. Number 6, al-labanu means the milk. Yeah.
الحجر ثقيل. The stone is heavy. Number 2, الباب مفتوح. The door is open. Number 3, القمر جميل. The moon is beautiful. Number 4, الورق خفيف. The paper is light. Number 5, المنديل وسخ. The handkerchief is dirty. And number 6, اللبن حار. The milk is hot.
Very good, mashallah. May Allah increase your knowledge. Put barakah in knowledge. All the answers are correct. Very good. Moving on. إملاء الفراغ فيما يلي. إملاء الفراغ فيما يلي. Fill in the gaps in the following. بوضع الكلمة المناسبة. بوضع الكلمة المناسبة. ومناسبة. By placing an appropriate word. Now, by the way, it doesn't give you words. It says you, from your knowledge, from your vocab, think of appropriate words. So now it's getting a bit more challenging. So number 1, I'll just read the words that are there. So then we'll pause for a moment. We'll allow everyone time to think of appropriate, filling in the gaps. Now, obviously, there's no one fixed answer here. So people could get different answers and all of them could be right. The main thing is it has to make sense in terms of logically, it has to make sense, that sentence. So number 1, nadhifun, clean. Number 2, maksurun, broken. Number 3, baridun, cold. Number 4, something qareebun, close. Number 5, ba'idun far. Number 6, waqifun standing. Number 7, jalisun sitting. Number 8, kabirun big. Number 9, qadimun old. Number 10, jadidun new. Now any appropriate word needs to be put in those gaps. So we'll give everyone some moments, pause here. First try to fill in your 10 gaps and then listen to the gaps that Yahya, the words that Yahya uses to fill in the gaps. Yep, Yahya.
Number 1, al-mindilu nadhifun. The handkerchief. Yep. Number 2, al-maktabu maksurun. The desk is broken. Number 3, al-ma'u baridun. The water is cold. Number 4, al-masjidu qaribun. The masjid is close. Number 5, al-baytu ba'idun. The house is far. Number 6, al-mudarrisu waqifun. The teacher is standing. Number 7, al-waladu jalisun. And the boy is sitting. Number 8, al-babu kabirun. The door is big. Number 9, al-kursiyu qadimun. The chair is old. Number 10, al-kitabu jadidun. The book is new.
Very good, mashallah. May Allah increase your knowledge. May Allah put barak in knowledge. Any questions regarding that before we move on?
No questions.
Okay, next. Now, previously, if you notice, in the 2 pages or so that we've covered so far, or the 3 pages we've covered so far, everything was about huruful qamriya. But I did explain before that the same way there's huruful qamriya, there's also huruful shamsiya. So now the author is going to introduce huruful shamsiya and then mix up words between qamriya and shamsiya examples. And shamsiya is, again, as a reminder, words which have a tanween. You don't pronounce the lam, you pronounce the tanween in the first letter of the word, like ash-shamsu. So najmun, a star. An-najmu, the star. Rajulun, a man. Ar-rajulu, the man. Dikun, rooster. Ad-diku, the rooster. Talibun, student, a student. At-talibu, the student. Did you notice, Yahya? In all 4 of these words, the first letter after the alif lam, it has a tashdid because you don't read the lam, rather you just read it with tashdid on the word after.
Yep,
if you can repeat those 4 words.
Najmun, an-najmu, a star, the star. Rajulun, a man. Ar-rajulu, the man. Dikun, and ad-diku. Dikun is
Rooster.
rooster. Dikun, a rooster. Ad-diku, the rooster. Talibun, student. At-talibu, the student.
Now going through the 11 examples. Number 1, an-najmu ba'idun. The star is far. Number 2, ar-rajulu waqifun. The man is standing. Number 3, as-sukkaru hulwun. The sugar is sweet. Number 4, at-talibu maridun. The student is ill. Number 5, ad-diku jamilun. The rooster is beautiful. Number 6, ad-daftaru jadidun. The notebook is new. The notebook is new. Number 7, at-tajiru ghaniyun. The businessman is rich. The businessman is rich. Number 8, ad-dukkanu maftuhun. The shop is open. Number 9, al-waladu faqirun. The child is poor. Number 10, at-tuffahu ladidun. The apple is delicious. Number 11, at-tabibu tawilun. Wal-maridu qasirun. At-tabibu tawilun. Wal-maridu qasirun. The doctor is tall and the patient is short. And the patient is short. Yahya, if you can repeat those.
النجم بعيد. The star is far. الرجل واقف. The man is standing. السكر حلو. The sugar is sweet. الطالب مريض. The student is sick. الديك جميل. The rooster is beautiful. الدفتر جديد. The notebook is new. التاجر غني. The businessman is rich. الدكان مفتوح. The shop is open. الولد فقير. The boy is poor. التفاح لذيذ. The apple is delicious. الطبيب طويل والمريض قصير. The doctor is tall and the sick person is short.
Now, next exercise. اقرأ واكتب. Read and write. مع ضبط أواخر الكلمات by placing حركات on the last letters. So again, it's that idea of tanween is dropped when there's alif lam. الباب. That was a حروف قمرية example. The door. التاجر. The businessman. That was a حروف الشمسية example. التاجر. Number 3. النجم. The star. Again was a حروف الشمسية example. In the book, it doesn't mention the tashdid. It should really write it. But the reality is, you'll see generally in books, they don't write the tashdid out of laziness or whatever reason. But yes, according to really, you should be writing it, but you'll get used to it. A lot of people won't write it. And you'll probably become one of those people over time that doesn't write the tashdid as well, because you'll just be so used to it. Next word, al-qamaru, the moon. Next word, ad-diku, the rooster. Next word, al-ma'u, the water. Next one, as-sariru, the bed. Next, al-baytu, the house. Next, al-masjidu, the masjid. Next, al-rajulu, the man. As-sukkaru, the sugar. Al-waraqu, the leaf. Yep, Yahya, if you can repeat.
الباب, the door. التاجر, the businessman. النجم, the star. القمر, the moon. الديك, the rooster. الماء, the water. السرير, the bed. البيت, the house. المسجد, the masjid. الرجل, the man. السكر, the sugar. الورق, the paper.
Very good, mashallah. May Allah increase your knowledge. Moving on. املأ الفراغ فيما يلي. Fill in the gaps in the following. بوضع الكلمة المناسبة. By placing appropriate words. So you can put any word which is appropriate. I'll just translate the 6 words that are there. غني means rich. مريض means غني means rich. Number 2, حلو means sweet. Number 3, مريض means ill. Number 4, لذيذ means delicious. Number 5, طويل means tall. Number 6, قصير means short. So if all the students, if they can pause there, do your questions, do your answers, think of appropriate words, and then inshallah listen to Yahya's answers. Yep, Yahya.
Number 1, out. المهندس غني, the engineer is rich. Number 2, السكر حلو, the sugar is sweet. Number 3, الرجل مريض, the man is sick. Number 4, التفاح لذيذ, the apple is delicious. Number 5, المدرس طويل, the teacher is tall. الولد قصير. Number 6, the boy is short.
Very good, mashallah. All of those words are appropriate words, alhamdulillah. Now, in regards to the next page, exercise 7 is saying, اختر كلمة من القائمة باء تناسب الكلمة التي في القائمة ألف. Choose a word from the list B. قائمة means list. So choose a word from list B. So from list B, choose a word which is appropriate for list A. Basically, join them together by joining lines. So again, if all the students can pause at this stage, try themselves, and then listen to the answers of Yahya. But just before that, I'll mention the meanings of the words. Al-talibu means student, al-dukanu means shop, al-tufahu means apple, al-ma'u means the water, al-hajaru means the stone, al-qalamu means the pen. Ladidun means delicious, maksurun means broken, thaqilun means heavy, maftuhun means open, maridun means ill, harun means hot. So if everyone can attempt. Yep, Yahya, if you can join them. Al-talibu.
الطالب مريض.
الطالب مريض. Yep.
الدكان الدكان مفتوح.
الدكان مفتوح. The shop is open. Yep.
التفاح لذيذ.
The apple is delicious. Yep.
الماء حار.
The water is hot. Yep.
الحجر ثقيل.
The stone is heavy. Yep.
القلم مكسور.
Pen is broken. Yep. Very good, mashallah. All of them are correct. Now the list below. الحروف القمرية والحروف الشمسية. The Qamri letters and the Shamsi letters, the lunar and the solar letters, i.e. when you pronounce the al, or when you don't pronounce the lam and it goes directly onto at-tashdid. I've already explained that earlier. Now the author just has a list of all of words which are Qamri words and all the ones which are Shamsi words. And he also has an example for each. Again, you don't need to memorize the example. You can have a read of them very quickly. I'll run through the examples that are used there. You don't need to memorize them. You just pick it up over practice. So first, the Huruf al-Qamriya list. Al-Abu, the father. Al-Babu, the door. Al-Jannatu, the garden. Al-Himaru, the donkey. Al-Khubzu, the bread. Al-Ainu, the eye. Al-Ghada'u, the breakfast. Al-Famu, the mouth. Al-Qamaru, the moon. Al-Kalbu, the dog. Al-Ma'u, the water. Al-Waladu, the child. Al-Hawa'u, the air. Al-Yadu, the hand. And Huruf al-Shamsiyya letters. Al-Tajiru, the businessman. Al-Thawbu, the clothes or the cloth. Al-Diku, the rooster. Al-Dhahabu, the gold. Al-Rajulu, the man. Al-Zahratu, the flower. Al-Samaku, the fish. Al-Shamsu, the sun. Al-Sadru, the chest. Al-Dhaifu, the guest. Al-Talibu, the student. Al-Dhahru, the back. Al-Lahmu, the meat. Al-Najmu, the star. Yep. Any questions, Yahya?
No questions.
Now it's the final side, the final exercise of the chapter. Now in this one, it says, اقرأ الكلمات الآتية, read the following words. So he just wants you to get used to Huruf al-Shamsiyya and Qamriyah now. So read the following words, وَاكْتُبْهَا, and write them out again. So in the space underneath, you can write them out. Or you can just write on top of the words. What do you need to write? مُرَاعِيًا قَوَاعِدَ النُّطْقِ الْحُرُوفِ الْقَمْرِيَّةِ وَالشَّمْسِيَّةِ. When you write it, consider the rules of speaking the Qamri letters and the Shamsi letters. Nutq means speaking. I.e. what it's saying to you, when you write it, you don't need to write the harakah of all the letters. The main thing is the al part. So al-baytu. So write the sakin, the house. Whereas in ad-diku, put the tashdid, ad-diku, the rooster. Al-mudarrisu, put the sakin, the circle, because it's a huruf al-qamriya, the teacher. Al-babu, again sakin, huruf al-qamriya, so the door. At-talibu, that's huruf al-shamsiyya, put the tashdid on top of the ta. At-talibu, the student. As-sukkaru, the sugar, again it's already done for you, tashdid. Like that, if everyone can attend the second, third and fourth line, pause at this stage, and thereafter Yahya will go through it, inshallah. Yep, Yahya, if you can try. Say the meaning of the words as well.
الدفتر, the notebook. الأخ, the brother. الرسول, the messenger. الوجه, the face. الصديق, the truthful. القرآن, the Quran. الصلاة, the prayer. الكعبة, the Kaaba. الرأس, the head. الإصبع, the finger. الصابون,
Oh,
the soap. الظفر,
nail.
الظفر.
Dhufur means nail.
الفجر, the morning.
The nails, like fingernails. Yep.
الفجر, the morning, the Fajr prayer. الظهر,
Dawn as well. Yeah.
the Dhuhr prayer. العصر, the Asr prayer. المغرب, the Maghrib prayer. العشاء, the Isha prayer.
Very good, mashallah. May Allah increase your knowledge. May Allah put barakah in your knowledge. Very good reading. Alhamdulillah. Any questions? Alhamdulillah, we finished the chapter. And the
No,
words. After that is lesson 4. Any questions?
no questions.
Jazakallah khairah. Assalamu alaikum.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.